In recent weeks, I received numerous comments from those who state that the Antichrist will be a globalist and will form a new world order in the end times. And, by extension, Trump cannot be the Antichrist because he is a nationalist who is fighting globalism. But this is actually not what the Bible tells us about the Antichrist. Rather than having a global agenda, the Bible describes him as starting out with a small group of people, as we read in Daniel 11:23. Furthermore, he gains power by conquering others, as we read in Revelation 6:2. Most importantly, the Bible speaks of nationalism in the end times. It's all about how one nation shall rise up against another nation, as we read about in Matthew 24:7. This is how the Antichrist eventually rules the world. He starts out small and conquers others in an era of nationalism. Last year, I did a short video that explored the idea of the Antichrist and the New World Order. For the benefit of new subscribers to my channel, here is that video now. If there's been one phrase that has gained more and more popularity in recent decades among Christians, especially those interested in Bible prophecy, that phrase would undoubtedly be the New World Order. Most often, this phrase is used to describe the efforts of those attempting to bring about a global system of control, a totalitarian one-world government which eventually will result in the rise of the Antichrist and the mark of the beast. Prime suspects for the New World Order include the United Nations, the World Health Organization, the World Economic Forum, the CFR, the BRICS Alliance, wealthy families, and secretive organizations such as the Freemasons and a myriad of others. And indeed, the goals and statements by many aligned with those groups do coincide with a global approach to solving problems. To them, solutions include reducing the world's population, climate change initiatives, open borders, and a so-called Great Reset, among many other proposals. Yet the New World Order cannot be defined by simply listing suspected members or what their goals might be. It's more about the ideology of globalism that has been promoted in various ways, rather than an itemized list of who is attempting to bring that about. There is also a dark side to all of this, in that conspiracies about a New World Order often incorporate anti-Semitic narratives based on claims that Jewish people control major financial and media institutions around the world. Before we get into why so many different groups are pushing a global agenda and why anti-Semitism is involved, we need to first find out if Bible prophecy can tell us anything about a new world order in the end times. Here is what the Bible teaches us about the New World Order. You may notice that your screen is dark, and that is because the Bible is silent on the subject of a New World Order. It does not teach that various forces will align themselves in a globalist agenda to bring about a one-world government and the Antichrist. In fact, it teaches just the opposite. Bible prophecy speaks not of a new world order, but of an old world order rising once again, of the end times involving a mystery Babylon that has been around for thousands of years, and the re-emergence of the Roman Empire as the final beast kingdom. Bible prophecy speaks not of the Antichrist rising out of a new world order, but of him starting out with a small group of people, and how he then goes out conquering and to conquer on his way to becoming ruler of the world. Bible prophecy speaks not of nations being assimilated into a global system, but of nations at war against other nations, until the Antichrist comes to power and brings many nations into an alliance with his covenant with many. So if the New World Order is not specifically taught in the Bible, why have we heard so much about it in recent decades? There are two main reasons for this. Number one, there are many groups and individuals who have a globalist agenda. They seek to not only remake the world by fundamentally changing nations one at a time, but they also strive for massive geopolitical realignments to further their goals. All of these groups and individuals may or may not have evil intentions on their own, but it's how they are being deliberately portrayed that leads us into the next reason as to why we're hearing so much about a new world order. Number 2, the portrayal of those with a globalist agenda as being part of Satan's plan for a new world order is not only unbiblical, but it is designed to open the door for a false Messiah to be embraced, one who will save us from the perceived evil of that new world order. This is a false dichotomy, often referred to as the black or white fallacy. Christians are being presented with two choices, with one choice claimed to be evil, the New World Order, while the other choice is claimed to be good, the one who will save us from the New World Order. In this view, if you're against one, you must be for the other. In reality, though, this is all an example of a false light versus a false dark. The intention is for the false light to win in the end, and that false light, in this case, is the Antichrist. One group which uses this kind of black or white fallacy are the Freemasons, notably symbolized by the checkerboard floors upon which their rituals are performed. Coincidentally, the Freemasons also had a key role in the founding of America. It is extremely doubtful that the majority of other groups with a globalist agenda are united behind the scenes to bring about a new world order. There are simply too many individual egos at play, which have the net result of pulling everything in divergent directions. However, it is likely that some of these groups, especially the Freemasons, are deliberately pushing this black or white fallacy in order for Christians to embrace the Antichrist as their savior from the New World Order. By portraying the New World Order as being Satan's attempt to institute a one-world government, they're giving Christians a false alternative, that the Antichrist will be seen as a knight in shining armor, riding in on his white horse to save us from this evil. Importantly, we should also note that the underlying anti-Semitism within the New World Order conspiracy has always been part and parcel of satanic kingdoms down through history. It is a theme that has repeated itself many times over and over again. In the end times, anti-Semitism will once again be a main characteristic of the eighth and final beast kingdom and the Antichrist. And that eighth and final beast kingdom is America, and that false light of the Antichrist is Donald J. Trump.